welcome to my channel. My name is Joan and this is Joan's Pointed Plate. Today's video is a collaboration video. It is the MyWW Super Bowl Eats and Treats collab. Even though you may not have a Super Bowl party to go to, everybody's got some kind of gathering that they need to take a dish to share. This collab will give you lots of ideas. We have everything from dips, appetizers, main dishes, and even desserts. So after you're done watching my video, make sure you click on the description box below and check out all the other channels. There's 17 of us in all in this collaboration. All the links to their channels are below. You just click on it. It'll take you right to their channel. Watch their video and see what they're making. And please, while you're there, show them some love and hit that subscribe button and let them know that I sent you over. So without further ado, let's get on to my recipe, which is buffalo chicken cups and taco cups. They are delicious, they are low point, and who doesn't love a cute little one bite fun appetizer? So let's get making them. So the ingredients we need for the buffalo chicken cups and taco cups. First, the buffalo chicken cups. We need 2 cups of cooked shredded chicken breast. We need 1/3 of a cup, more or less, depending on your preference, of the Frank's Red Hot. We need about 1/8 of a cup of the Wishbone or any brand fat-free blue cheese, or if you do not like blue cheese and would like to use ranch, that's perfect too. You just might have to adjust your points. We need 3 ounces of light reduced fat cream cheese. That's the 1/3 less fat. We need Greek yogurt. We will need this for the dough and also for the buffalo chicken mixture. So you will need a total of about 2 cups. And then some sharp cheddar cheese. I apologize for the open package, but I used it this morning for breakfast. I prefer the Cabot Light 75 sharp cheddar cheese. It's very good. It melts well and it's low in point. If you can't get this kind of cheese in your area, just substitute any other kind of reduced fat cheese. I recommend the reduced fat versus the fat-free just because it melts nicer. We are going to use such a tiny little amount of this that really any of the cheddar cheeses will probably be fine. We are going to use probably less than 2 ounces of this, just to sprinkle on top. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I have 2 cups of self-rising flour. This is for the dough for both of the cups. If you do not have self-rising flour, don't fret. Just for every 1 cup of flour, you're going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 3/4 teaspoons of salt. You can make your own. You don't have to buy anything special. For the taco cups, we have 8 ounces of cooked taco meat. This is the 96% lean ground beef. Some taco sauce, some sour cream, tomatoes, lettuce, which we'll be shredding up, and the tomatoes we'll be chopping up. And then I have the Mexican blend cheese. I will probably make a couple of them with the Cabot cheese for me to eat, but for the rest of the family, I'm just going to use the regular Mexican blend. I will give the points for a reduced cheese, though. It won't be that one. So that is all the ingredients that we need. Let's get started making the dough. First thing we're going to do is make our dough. So I have my 2 cups of self-rising flour, and to that I'm going to add 1 3/4 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I'm going to mix them together until they are well combined. And then I'm going to knead them just for about 20 seconds, knead them together. Just to make sure they are, all the flour is incorporated into the yogurt. And it makes it a little easier to work with. A lot of recipes that you see for the 2 ingredient dough will have equal parts of flour and yogurt. I find it best to put less yogurt in, like 3/4 of a cup to a cup of flour. It makes the dough less sticky and a little bit easier to work with. And you can just get in there with your hands, really get it all incorporated. And once it's incorporated, like I said, just knead it for a couple minutes. And there we have it. I really try not to add a lot of extra flour in because flour is points. So I try not to put extra flour in. Sometimes I do if I'm rolling it out on the counter. I, sprinkle some flour. I'll put a little flour on my hands as I'm making these cups because it is a little bit sticky, but that's negligible. It's just when you start adding in tablespoon after tablespoon after tablespoon to the actual dough where you can get into a little bit of points trouble. Okay, there we have our dough. So now we're going to prepare our pan and measure out our dough. I'm going to wash my hands and we'll be right back. Okay, so the dough is all made and I weighed it out on my scale. It comes to 645 grams. I want to make 48 of the little cups. So I divided 645 by 48 and it came out to 13.5 grams per cup. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab some dough and weigh it out. Once you do the first couple, you kind of can tell how big it is, but I like to be pretty accurate when I can, especially when I'm doing a recipe for someone else and they're trusting me with the points. So as long as it's between 13 and 13.5, I'm happy with that. So there's a 13.5 inch ball. And I'm going to make just a couple of them right now to show you how to put them into the pan.
You said 13.5 inch.
I said 13.5 inch. 13.5 grams. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. See, guys, if you've never been to my channel, it is such real life around here. It's not always perfect, but it's real. And to me, that's what's important, not perfection. We're a real family, we're a real house, and it is what it is. I can't believe the dogs haven't started barking yet, because normally in my Cook With Me videos, the dogs freak out about something. Okay, we're going to start with those 3 balls that are 13.5 grams each. And I'm going to show you how we're making our little cups. I have a mini muffin pan. And even though it's non-stick, there's no fat in this dough, so I'm going to give them a quick spray. Then I'm going to take my ball of dough. I'm going to roll it up a little bit. I'm going to put it in the little well. And then you just kind of have to finesse it. Once you do a couple, you'll find your groove. It's the first couple that are hard, but don't give up. You can put a little bit of flour on your fingers or a little bit of non-stick spray. Like I just did, I used what was on the side of the muffin pan. And that's all you do is push it down in the center and up the sides. And don't be afraid to really get it up the sides. As long as you don't put a hole in the bottom, it's good, because this will puff up a little bit when it cooks. You'll see when it comes out of the oven. And when you'll just have to push it down a little bit to fill them. So there's our first one. I'll do a couple more. And then we'll turn the camera off because I am certainly not going to bore you with this step. If you make a little hole like that, just kind of cover them back up. We'll be fine. And bring it all the way to the top. You want a nice cup to hold all of that yummy, yummy filling. And we'll do this one more. And then I'm going to go off camera, make all my little balls, and then get them ready to go in the oven. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to par bake the shells for 7 minutes at 400 degrees. I'll show you when it's ready to go in. Then fill them and then finish baking them. That way you get a nice brown shell and it's not over baked and it doesn't get mushy. So there you go. And like I said, they do puff up, so they will look like they close up a little bit, but when they come out of the oven, we'll just stick a spoon in it and it'll be perfect. So I'm going to go finish the other ones and I'll show you the tray when it's done. The filling for the buffalo chicken is going to be the 2 cups of shredded chicken, 1/3 of a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt, 2 ounces of reduced fat cream cheese that I've softened in the microwave a little bit. And I'm using a 1/4 cup of the buffalo sauce. You can use up to 1/3 of a cup or even more if you like it, but I'm a spice wimp and I think it'll be just fine with a 1/4 cup. Well, I'll see. And if I don't think it is, then you can always add a little bit more because that is 0 points on all plans. So we're not adding any points by kicking up the heat. And that is all there is to the filling. Let's see. Give a little taste. That's enough heat for me. And I think it'll be okay for the family too. So that's it. As soon as those cups come out of the oven, we're going to get them filled, get them topped, and get them right back in. Okay, here are the cups out of the oven. As you can see, they're not all the way cooked through. They are just par baked. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my little small cookie scoop that's a tablespoon. And put about a tablespoon of mixture in each one. Might actually be easier to use a regular tablespoon. I thought the scoop would work. Actually, no. I got a regular tablespoon out. And my husband's like, why don't you use your scoop? I bet it would be easier.
Best intentions.
Best intentions. It just doesn't scoop well because it's stringy, because it's shredded chicken. So I'm just going to use a regular old. They're all about the same, and I know it's a tablespoon. And I think I overdid it on the filling. I think we're going to have way too much filling here, which is fine because I will freeze it and use it for buffalo chicken pizza or buffalo chicken egg rolls. Told you the dogs would start barking at some point. So I'm not going to stand here and fill all of these because I'm going to bore you. I'm going to finish filling them, and then what I'm going to do, I have 1 ounce. I thought I was going to need 2, but it's a lot of cheese. 1 ounce of the Cabot 75, and I used my microplane grater to grate it to make it really fine. And I'm just going to top each cup with the tiniest little bit. Then when I get all the cups filled, I'm gonna put this back in the oven at 400 for another 10 to 12 minutes. And when they come out, I will show you what they look like. Okay, the cups are out of the oven. And yes, I started with 24, but the boys have been through the kitchen, so we're down a few. So what I'm gonna do, I let them cool in the pan for 5 minutes, and I pop them out to a cooling rack. You wanna serve them warm, just not hot, because you'll burn your mouth. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of blue cheese dressing and just dollop it on the top. If you don't like blue cheese, use ranch. If you don't like ranch, don't use anything, but it just gives it a little something, something. Kind of that finishing touch. And we're just gonna top each one. Like I said, I'm not even using a 1/4 teaspoon. It's not enough to count. Though this is fat-free blue cheese. We're gonna do that, and then they are done. There they are, the buffalo chicken cups. And on the blue plan and the purple plan, 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 2, 4 of them are 3 points, and 5 of them are 4 points. On the green plan, they are 1 point each. So there you have it, the buffalo chicken cups. Let's get started on the taco cups. Okay, so the taco cups, same thing as the buffalo chicken cups. I par-baked them for 8 minutes in the oven. And now I'm going to just take my meat and put a little bit, about a teaspoon, in the bottom of each one. You do not want a lot of meat in here because we have a lot of toppings to put on these little puppies. So we're only going to use a very little bit of meat. They're only bite-sized, so you don't need a ton. You just need the flavor. And if you season your taco meat, then you're going to get that punch of flavor. But honestly, just about a teaspoon of meat in each one. Okay, I'm gonna stop there, and then I have 1 ounce of, I did find I had a bag of the reduced fat Mexican shredded cheese, and this is 1 ounce. So we're just gonna put a tiny little bit on top of each one. And then we're gonna put them in the oven at 400 again for about 10 minutes. We'll keep an eye on them. The cheese will melt and the meat will heat up. Now the meat, I cooked it, so it was never really cold. Just is room temperature now. So I'm gonna finish filling those, pop them in the oven, and then I'll show you how we're gonna finish them off and top them like little tacos. Taco cups are out of the oven and look fantastic. So then to finish them off, I just let them cool for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna take some very finely shredded lettuce, put on the top, some chopped tomato, a little bit of taco sauce, and a little tiny bit of sour cream. So the toppings honestly are not even enough to count. The only thing we have to count here is the meat and the little cup. So there you have it, the taco cups. Now the taco cups on all 3 plans, on green, blue, and purple, are 1 point each, up to 5 of them. I didn't go over 5 because I don't think anybody will really eat more than 5. I don't think. So 1 point each on the taco cups on all 3 plans. So there you have it, my buffalo chicken cups and my taco cups. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and let me know down in the comments whose channel you came from. And don't forget, click on that description box below. Check out all the other channels in this collab. You will find some fantastic recipes. Thanks again for watching, and I will hope to see you soon.